before we get into the matchups, we did this little draft, what, 2 weeks before the tournament?
Yep.
The draft went you, Duke, me, Michigan, me, Florida, you, UConn, you, Arizona, me, Houston, me, Illinois, you, Sparty, you, Gonzaga, me, Iowa State. Who is in better position? You've lost one team with Gonzaga. I've lost one team with Florida.
We're both guaranteed to lose one team in the next round because we play each other. I've got
And
Michigan State playing UConn, and you've got Houston and Illinois. So we're definitely guaranteed to lose one in the next round.
I'll be honest, I don't know if Illinois defends enough. I think 4 of my 5 teams that are alive can win it all. I look at yours. I think 2 can win it all. I think Duke and Zone. I don't think UConn can win it all right now. And I don't think Sparty can win it all.
Well, Duke and UConn are also in the same region, so one of them can't win it.
Well, I mean,
Yes, I see your point. Yes.
Do you agree?
Based on the remaining teams, based on the remaining teams, we both lost one. We're both going to lose another one. I think I don't want to admit it, but your remaining teams I think are a little bit better than mine. I do have Michigan winning the title over Houston in the championship game, so both of those are on your roster.
Well, and here's the funny thing.
I mean, last week I had Michigan over Duke in the rematch.
Yeah, but you'll change your mind in 2 days anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I flipped
like all this is irrelevant. You got to go to the paper to figure out what his real picks are, people.
I mean, you dive in a little more on the matchups, and then after thinking about it on
what
Tuesday,
you do is you prepare for the show.
Wednesday,
you prepare for the show and be prepared when you go on air.
I didn't have
ready to go.
The pairings were announced on Sunday night, and we went right into the thing on Monday. I finally had some time to dive into it.
It's one whole day.
I had to work. We had to get
prepared. But here is the funny thing. You picked Michigan to win it all, which is on my team. I picked Arizona to win it all, which is on your team. The crazy thing is that Arizona was the 5th selection in our draft just 2 weeks before the tournament.
That is crazy.
And I would have picked them at 3, but I decided to go Florida just because they were playing so well. That was a tough decision for me. And then you went UConn over Arizona at 4, but you ended up getting them at 5.
Well, I had back-to-back picks, and yeah, I could have taken Arizona. I don't know. I like your team currently a little bit more than mine, but it's not over. Not over yet.
All right, getting into this week. Duke, St. John's, Michigan State, UConn. What you got?
Well, after the Siena game, I was a little bit down on it.
Make sure you do a disclaimer that you didn't know we were going to have to pick these games and that you'll change your mind in 2 days.
No, I'm not changing my mind yet. I'm not changing my mind on this. I mean, I was a little bit down on Duke after the performance against Siena, but they bounced back. It took them a while to pull away from TCU, but they did, and they absolutely hammered them in the last 10 minutes. So they look like Duke again finally. I'm picking Duke. Give me the Duke Blue Devils over St. John's.
And this stays consistent with your bracket.
It does.
And then I picked St. John's in my bracket, and I'm sticking with that. Pitino's going to make them play the game his way. And I think Zuby can match with Cameron Boozer down low.
That's going to be a matchup. That's going to be a matchup right there.
I think they are going to absolutely just try to pressure Caden Boozer all game and to see if he can handle that pressure. I think St. John's is just the way they're playing right now. They've got confidence after hitting that game winner. They're going to try to dominate the paint. They're going to try to create turnovers. Duke turned it over a lot against TCU. I know it didn't matter because they really, that game wasn't close, but they had 17 giveaways in that game. And something like that is going to make Rick Pitino's eyes kind of light up. And look, like I said last week, you got to take chances in your bracket. You got to pick some upsets. I think this is an opportunity for one, and I'm rolling with
it. It's an opportunity for one. Yeah, I mean this would get you a huge boost if you pull this one off. So I don't know. Edgefor can stay out of foul trouble. I mean, it could be a game of who's in foul trouble early. Edgefor gets Boozer in foul trouble. Advantage St. John's. If it goes the other way, and Edgefor has to sit on the bench for most of the first half, advantage Duke.
Well, and dude, if St. John shoots the 3 ball, if Bryce Hopkins hit 6 threes like he did last week against Kansas, that
They
makes
don't.
me like
They
their chances
normally
even
don't
more.
shoot it very well. They're not a very good shooting team, are they?
They
St.
shot
John.
30 threes against Kansas. I think that was, if their season high was close to it. I wouldn't expect them to shoot that many on
And Duke can defend.
Friday.
Duke's one of the better defensive teams in the country. Like Duke can get after it on the defensive end.
Yeah, and they want to slow it down, limit your possessions. That was a big reason why they beat Michigan. They held Michigan to like 60, 62 possessions, which is one of the lowest amount of possessions that Michigan's had this year. They're going to try to do the same thing against St. John. St. John's doesn't normally get limited in possessions like that. So this is one of the obvious. All these games are going to be great, but I'm really looking forward to that game on Friday night. Michigan State, UConn. I believe you were rolling UConn originally. Nope. You were rolling Michigan State. Okay.
Yeah, might have been rolling UConn originally, but in the official bracket,
I can't keep up.
I've got Michigan State, and I'm gonna stay with that pick in Michigan State. With Fears and Carr. If Carr can play like he did against Louisville, then I mean he was just a man amongst boys. I mean he was unbelievable on Saturday. But we'll go Michigan State. We'll keep it consistent.
Yeah, I went UConn. I'm still gonna go UConn. It was good to see Silas Emery back in the lineup after sitting out their first round matchup. UConn has not been shooting the ball well from deep. I think they're gonna have to do that to beat Michigan State. It's gonna be the Cooper Terrace Reed matchup down low. I think is gonna be really important. I mean, Michigan State just wants to make this game ugly, right? And turn it into a slugfest. And that's what Tom Izzo's teams always try to do. But I think it'll all come down to, can you limit Fears? Can you keep him getting in the paint to create opportunities for others? And Michigan State's going to just pack that defense and make you shoot over top of it. And UConn has not been doing a great job of shooting threes, but I think maybe they'll get that done on Friday and get the win over Sparty. But God, like I know we already mentioned, but just those 4 coaches, and we've been talking about it forever. But this looks like it could be a Final Four.
Oh yeah, those 4 teams right there, absolutely.
Then in the South, you've got Iowa, Nebraska, Illinois, Houston, 3 Big Ten teams. Iowa and Nebraska have already played twice this year. They split. Iowa won at home 57-52. And that's an absolute rock fight. And then Nebraska.
That's when Hoiberg slapped the kid's phone. When that was a night. Yeah, phone slapping incident.
And then Nebraska returned the favor, winning at home 84-75 in overtime. Who you got in game number 3?
Let's go with the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Keep riding that train, that momentum. A big win over Vanderbilt. They look really good against Vanderbilt. I mean, I know Iowa looked good against Florida and the way Florida was playing too, but give me the Nebraska Cornhuskers to pull that one out.
I'm going Nebraska too. They were one of the hottest teams in the country, starting off 20-0, and I think they're kind of getting in that groove again. Bennett Sturts will be the best player in the court, but I just think overall Nebraska has a better team. We still have to remember that Iowa was 10-10 in Big Ten play, and to me that matters. They turned it over a lot.
But you look at how good the Big Ten is with the amount of teams they've got still alive. I mean, 10-10 in the Big Ten isn't as bad as it sounds.
No, you're right. And I think that's a fair point. In both of the matchups, Iowa has really struggled turning the ball over against Nebraska's defense. They turned it over 20% of the time in game 1, 26% of the time in game 2. I think they'll do that again, and that's why I give the nod to Nebraska. This next game, Houston, Illinois, like everybody thinks about Houston as just such a good defensive team. Illinois, a lot of their metrics say they are the best offensive team in the country. When you're got a team that's of the caliber defense like Houston and the offense like Illinois, who do you take in that one?
Tough one. I'm going with the offense of Houston in this one. They just seem like they're playing some of their best basketball of the year. Like that game against Arizona in the conference tournament was a great one. I think they're playing probably they're one of the best 3-4 teams left in the tournament, and I don't think Illinois is that. Illinois is good. I just don't think that they're great on the level that Houston is right now. Jimmy Houston. They're favored by 3.5, so it's going to be a close game, but I'm going with Houston.
I'm going Houston too, and like both these teams are great rebounding teams as well. I just think that Houston's got a chip on their shoulder, get as close as they did last year. I think their defense is going to keep them in the game. Illinois is going to have to shoot it well. Keaton Wagler is going to have to he's going to have to find ways to get into the lane and create for Jake Davis and those other guys to make some threes. But Kingston Flemings, dude, and Emmanuel Starp and Uzon, like I'm leaning that way. I can't go against Kelvin Sampson here. I do think Illinois is really, really good, but I got to lean Houston.
Yeah, and Houston's coming off. They've got the experience of making it all the way to the end last year.
They're also playing at home,
and they are playing at home. I think that's also a huge factor that they can't be overlooked. Yes.
Moving to the other side, you've got Arizona, Arkansas, Texas, Purdue. Arizona, Arkansas. There's a lot of pros. There's a lot of pros in this game.
A lot of pros on that one. I'm going Arizona, even though I really do like Arkansas. Arkansas is playing their best basketball of the season. Acuff is just a star, absolute star. And if Brazil's knocking down the threes and he's playing the way he's been playing, this could be right for the upset. But Arizona's been just consistently good all season. They've beaten tremendous teams along the way. They've lost, twice? Give me the Wildcats.
I think if you match these teams talent for talent, it's very close. But I think at some point, Arkansas, who really is only going 6 deep, I think it has to catch up with them. And I think when you're playing a team who right now I think is playing better than anybody else in the country, I think this is the game where it catches up with you. Arkansas struggles tremendously in transition defense, and that's something that Arizona, I think, is going to take advantage of. Now, if Acuff goes up and has 35-40, could Arkansas pull this game out? Absolutely. 100%. And he's going to get help, like you talked about it. Brazil's been good. I think Ewan is a X factor in this game. Billy Richmond is an all SEC defender. But, then on the other side, you've got Jaden Bradley and Braden Burries and Koa Pete. There's a reason why I picked Arizona to win it all. And there's a lot of teams that are left in the Sweet 16 that I would pick Arkansas to beat, and they're just matched up against one that I don't think they're going to beat. Now, like I said, Acuff could go off for 45 and figure out a way to win it by himself.
It's possible.
I look at the Purdue-Texas matchup. I think it's a bad matchup for Texas, and I think Purdue rolls.
I don't think it's going to be close either. Especially the way that Purdue's playing. If Kaufman are in and Braden Smith and Fletcher Lawyer, and if they're going to keep playing the way that they've been playing, this isn't going to be a close game. I think Texas, they barely escaped in that play-in game. They played a bad BYU team, in my opinion, and then a Gonzaga team that I thought was underrated, and they turned out to be overrated. I know they were banged up.
They're missing their best player.
They are missing their best player. I understand, but I think it comes to an end for Texas, and I think it comes to an end double digits.
Here's all I'm going to say about this game, and this is why Texas barely got in the tournament. Texas ranks 334 nationally against top 5 competition defensively. So,
yeah,
that's going to come back that good. And the way that Purdue is just playing offensively, and dude, Braden Smith has not shot the ball well in the first 2 rounds. I think he's going to shoot it a lot better moving forward.
Yeah, didn't even make a 3 in his last game.
Give me Purdue all day.
Going double digits. I think the 6.5 is what I see on here right now.
Yeah, I would take them to cover.
Yeah, I think that's probably accurate.
Then we get to the Midwest: Michigan, Alabama, Tennessee, Iowa State. Who you got?
I mean, if Alabama wants to shoot the ball and play the way that they did the other day, then they're going to give Michigan a game. But Yaxel Lindenberg is just an absolute monster. I don't. He's the best player to me in the country. Even better than Boozer. So give me Michigan to win this game. But I think this is going to be. It's going to be closer than I think most people would expect. But give me Michigan.
I don't know how Alabama guards Michigan, and I don't know how they rebound.
But if they shoot it,
And
they can shoot it.
that's
I
the
mean,
problem.
they're going to
Well,
have to try to outscore
the
them.
only thing
They just got to try to
to make
outscore them.
that's the only thing that they can do. They physicality wise, they cannot stand toe for toe with Michigan. And Alabama has struggled against teams that out physical them, like Arizona and Florida. They got out rebounded by what 11 plus. They out rebounded Purdue out rebounded Alabama by 24. I think Michigan will try to do the same. Now, look, if Alabama goes off and hits 19 threes, like they get against Texas Tech, then yeah, they've got a chance. But I don't see that happening in back-to-back games.
I mean, that's how Wisconsin beat Michigan early in the season, was by just getting hot from three and just
Yeah, they're just
outscore
gonna
'em.
be
You're gonna have to outscore them. Like, this game's gonna have to be in the 80s, 90s for Alabama to have a chance. Probably in the 90s.
yeah, for sure. They've got to at least hit 15 threes, I think, to even be in the game. And they had 19 yesterday. So will they continue that? I mean, Philon's one of the best players in this left in this tournament. So it's not like you don't have dudes. It's just Michigan has more dudes, and they're bigger and they're stronger, and they'll guard and they'll rebound. And Alabama doesn't want to do any of those things. And then the last one, Tennessee, Iowa State. This could be another tough one. I'm leaning Iowa State because that's who I have in my bracket. I'm sticking with my bracket. Who you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Iowa State as well. I was impressed with the way that they defended against Kentucky, and we all know that they can shoot the ball. I mean, yeah, I mean their best player went down against Tennessee State on Friday. But they bounced back and didn't show, I mean, a lot of signs of that affecting them against Kentucky. So I think they'll be fine. Give me Iowa State.
Dude, I just think this Iowa State team they've been ready for this. They've got a lot of the guys that were there last year. Taman Lipsey's been there all 4 years. He's from that area. He's motivated. But that matchup, Lipsey and Gillespie, is going to be awesome. And then the Nate Ament and Milan Moncilovic. Milan Moncilovic! Like, if you're playing video games and just banging threes, dude, how fun would that be? Just to constantly hit threes with him and yell his name at your buddy when you're just shredding him
Well, we all know Carl would do that.
on March Madness. Would be awesome. Here's the one thing that maybe could lean into Iowa State's favor is the fact that Tennessee is the best offensive rebounding team in the country. And in all of Ohio State's losses, their defense has given up a 31% or higher offensive rebound rate, which could keep Tennessee in the game. I just think that this Iowa State's prime for this moment, and we'll get past the Tennessee team that has the talent, but has been up and down all year. And they had an up weekend last weekend. I expect them to take a little downturn this week, especially against an Iowa State team that I think is ready for the moment.
Has there been an update on the Joshua
He's not.
Jefferson? Is he out?
He's not. He's not going to play. I don't. I think there's very small chance. It didn't look good. I mean, he wasn't even putting any weight on it.
I mean, he was in a boot, and yeah. I mean, yeah. No, I still think that they can win with it.
I mean, he's their best player. It does suck, but yeah, I think they can still win this game. I don't know if they can get past Michigan without him.
I mean, they just beat a Kentucky team that beat Tennessee twice.
Well, what did I just say about Tennessee? But they're up and down. Like, you just don't know what you're gonna get, and you're like, oh, they turn the corner, and then they blow a 10-point lead and lose late. Like, that's just what they do. And Rick Barnes he's 4 straight Sweet 16s, but they've never been to the Final Four. And they ain't getting past Iowa State and Michigan to get there. This ain't the year for their first
This
ever
is
Final Four.
not the year.
What game are you looking forward to the most this week?
This week, it's got to be the Duke St. John's game, I think, with Pitino and Shire. Like we talked about it, we've already gone over it. I still have Duke, but don't doubt Rick Pitino in March, man. He's done it before, and he's on his way to doing it again.
And you went Rick. I'll go Cal, and I'm really looking forward to the Arizona Arkansas game. This game has more pros than any other game that's left in this tournament, and I don't think Arkansas is going to win, but just watching that many pros go at it it should be fun. But Kentucky and Louisville not in it, but Rick and Cal are. It's just
I'm putting Illinois Houston as my honorable mention.
Yeah. Well, and a lot like Michigan State, UConn, like
that one's all right.
It's gonna be fun this weekend.